Hi, welcome to Smart World Education, and in this video today I will talk with you about ChatGPT and the new model O3 Mini and O3 High, and let's discuss a little bit about what's the difference between the models, what is a powerful research model against a tool creating model like 4.0. So reasoning models are very different, and that's what we want to talk about in this issue. Let me show you some examples how it works and what the difference are. And on the other hand, big news making the round since 2 days ago, and today it's finally closed, the agreement between the Pentagon and Microsoft and OpenAI. We're collaborating in the work of strategic for atomic defense program and creating nuclear weapons. That's what happened and has been an outcall in the world which upset many countries and people and politicians. So we will also have a little discussion about that, if this is now changing everything or if this is only a provoking thing to show who is the leading guy in the world. Yeah, it's a controversial discussion about how AI should be used or is used, but this is the next step in everything ongoing change in life. And yeah, we from Smart World Education want to make you understand this world, giving you lessons, and you should book a course because we discuss also the human topic and all about ethics and morality in the world with AI and how to prevent from being a victim of surveillance in that world. Stay tuned. So here we are, and let's talk about the different ChatGPT models, and at least at the end of the video about the strategic program from Microsoft, OpenAI and the Pentagon in regarding strategic support for the atomic program of the US. Okay, first let's start. You have heard about the news, maybe O3 Mini and O3 High is out there. And I want to show you how this is working and how this is all about the news and all about the differences in between large language models and reasoning models. That's what I want to explain to you today in this video a little bit. It's a little bit more for the beginners and all of that who haven't got that knowledge, this knowledge. Maybe you're a developer and you know everything about. I want just to give an overview and the difference between all the models, that you can easily understand what it is about technology. So this is what Smart World Education is doing. We tell you the truth about what's going on, how it is going on, how it changes your life, and how you can use the tools in every case in AI, IoT, and more. So our courses are from a beginner level and on an advanced level. If you have deep knowledge about, you can also book a course, and we will see that we give you more information that you actually get. So let's begin. A typical ChatGPT window on a Mac. So this is what we see here, and here you can see now Chat O3 Mini. I can go to this pull-down menu and show you. We have GPT 4.0, GPT 4.0 with scheduled tasks, O1, O3 Mini, O3 High, and more models. We have here the GPT 4.0 Mini and the GPT 4 Legacy model. So let's have a little nice introduction. What is about GPT 4.0. It's a large language model, as you know it from Gemini and other competitions. It's that model which is also creating stuff, where you can work on building pictures, where you can work on building music, sound files, editing, and everything you want to have be rendered, or you want to create files and storages, you can do with GPT 4.0. And this is the most important thing, because this is a creator tool. This creator tool is what we say going on here. We can create image, summarize text, brainstorming, analyzing, help me with, and more. You can see here we can get more ideas about. What's the difference in is the version, if you have the pro version like me or you have the normal version? We have also here projects, we can plan projects and we can do a little bit in that for working. For example, I go here for Smart World application and you see I had opened this whole thing. I have here my instruction page. I have my project files loaded up here in that. And you can see now here the chats I make with different models. So that is important. You make a chat with the model where you choose, for example, O3 or 1 for O. You could, after that, in this project folder. And now everything you type here is depending on this instructions and the project files. And every chat is now depending on this chat here. So what the main reason is, you see always when people talk about in the news and on Twitter and Instagram about prompting. And we have to talk a little bit about the difference between prompting and chatting and instructions. Instructions are one thing which is a clear thing to say what the machine has to do. This is like a task or something like that. It's not that thing what you understand under prompting. If I type in, for example, create me a picture, this is not the prompting, this is just the chat, okay? So prompting, and this is the real different thing, is when I'm starting to learn about ChatGPT, that there are differences. And a prompting is an approach for the machine to build something in a dedicated way that has a dependency on an instruction. So when I do an instruction and then I check with ChatGPT, these are prompts because there's a dependencies between instructions and prompting. If you normally ask for something or you want to do something, you just chat. This is very important to understand because most of the knowledge in ChatGPT is about prompting, and prompting needs to be in an instruction area. So when you want to know more about instructions and prompting and basics and cheating and chatting and talking to ChatGPT, we recommend our courses. That's only a little bit overview, and if you see on Instagram how to chat or whatever, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter to you because they sell prompts for money, and this is ridiculous because you have to know that this is depending on a project you run, and if you are a project manager or you are some professional in your business, you will easily understand why you have to do an instruction before you can prompt anything to them. So anyone in an enterprise company will know the difference between prompting, instructions, and chatting. So let's talk about the models. And for you as a beginner or an advanced user, it is not easy to understand what is in, for example. Yeah. So you know tools like I have here Sora or something like that. You know maybe that you can create your own apps. So I will show you that here in this case. I can go for creation my own app. That's what it is. So you just have to go explore GPTs. We go here, search GPTs. You can see already made apps for everything. You can outsource these apps as standalone machines, which as standalone apps, which you can also offer in the chat in an Apple Store and in a Google Play Store. Okay, that's what you can do. You can see I can create here my own app. So if I click here, I will come into more depth. But more important is for you to know is that when we do things like that, ChatGPT is based on one thing. I go for a new thing, I go for all, and if I say for an example and say, hey, create a picture, for example, it is showing the difference between the pencil sketch and a photo realistic picture shown with a dog in it. So you can type it like that and you will see the picture is coming out. Okay, that's the fantastic things you can do with ChatGPT. You do not have to use any tools. It's only on your description, I want to say. Okay, see, that's likely what happens if you can describe what you want to do. Okay, and now you see here's the task coming. Everything is fine so far. What I will show you in a difference is now, if we go into a reasoning model, so we can't switch it in here because now we dedicated this thing at a ChatGPT 4.0 model. This is because every chat you open has a memorized. Yeah, it is depending on the model. Every model version has its own memorized history, and the memory fetch is depending on the model you use. You can't do crossovers. You can't use different models in one window. In the project, you can do that. But if you just create this one, for example, you're now in a dependency to the 4.0 model. So what we can do is we make a new window, and I go inside for O2 mini high, for example. And now I will show you something more about. If we, for example, say, give me an idea how to code a picture of a dog in a pencil style. So what you will see now is that the reasoning is coming up, yeah? Then it's going step by step. I'm gathering into how to code a pencil style dog, exploring languages like processing GSP5 or Python turtle for artistic effects, something like that, strategically approached, piecing together opinions, transforming images, transforming a dog photo into art, crafting the sketch. You see the steps which is to be doing and finalizing the project. The Python script is complete, creating a pencil sketch from a dog image. The image is available. It can automate loading either an online image or a local file path. Here, one idea: you can take a photo of the dog and apply a series of images, processing the step into it. Load the image, read your dog, convert the grayscale, pencil sketches, and so on. And now you see here is a code snippet, how it is built and how it works. Yeah. So you see in a reasoning model, we get information about what it does and how it codes. And this is important to know. If you want to learn about ChatGPT, how it is working, you should always try models like O3 reasoning models, because then you can improve your knowledge about it, because it shows all the steps here. I want to show it on a project I started before, because there you can see this wonderful working things. And we are working more information about what I will do. And for example, I want to get some information coded in the dashboard. I can also say, please give me the opportunity to insert some customers related data by a field which is addressing the database information for each customer. And this is where we are also in the creator side of ChatGPT 4.0. But if you use a reasoning model, it is doing that same thing in a much faster way, in a much better way. And in former times, the reasoning models haven't got a pre-window like that here. You can see what is going on. He says, I have added the customer data retrieve feature to the dashboard. Admins can select the customer from a drop-down list. Customer's data is fetched from the database with one click. Retrieve data is displayed in command sections. Let me know if you need additional refinement. So you see now, the code has been created, the code is finished. You can always go into your dashboard and update your dashboard by your own, clicking here, and do changes. So in a reasoning model, this is more I would say better defined than in ChatGPT 4.0. You can work with that here. So I can switch over to O1, for example, because this is compatible to GPT 4. So, and then I can continue to work with O1 in that structure and say, okay, we want to see what happening is here. O1 is now also free in the free version of ChatGPT. It should be, so you can see what happening. Yeah. So this is only an example I want to show you how to work with ChatGPT. If you are doing coding and you want to create your own app, you want to create your own booking tool, you do not have to code anything. You do not have to have an idea about coding or something like that. Even if I want to say, how can I get an app out of that? Just type in here and he is saying how you can create an app out of that and how you can separate it and how you can upload it to the Google Play or App Store. This is really, really easy to use. There is nothing about. And this is a difference between all of that. A reasoning model is just more about telling you what's going on, what it is doing. So in the beginning here, I started not to automatize everything, but he said what he has done. Yeah, this is the next steps. He says what is the next step, and always he stopped and asked me, tell me if you're ready to go on. Yeah. So, and then I can say, okay, yes, like here, you can go on. And then he explains me exactly what's going on here. You see here we are on the ChatGPT 01 model, and says, okay, we have now this information, and yeah. So this is how it works. And you can always look how the code is created. So if you are, for example, fit in coding, you can also put your own code here in and say, okay, check the code whether it's working. And if you have trouble here, you can say, okay, something is not working here. It will recreate your code in a working title and will bring it back to a working version of your app. So if you start your app and nothing is working, you get all the error messages. Just copy and paste it here, and ChatGPT 01, 03 will fix it in a way. And 03 is an upgrade to 01, which is more reasonable. It's more coding in a better style. We have, for example, in the internet also a lot of styles where they say, okay, I give you some examples where ChatGPT is not working right on it. Yeah, where it says there are a lot of problems in coding and it's not working like that. So think about this. You can do all inside ChatGPT with the Pro version. You can do it now in an 01 free version in your free version. You do not have to use extra tools, and this is what I want to make you understand. You can create everything in here. You can create everything with ChatGPT. And if you're going to see, for example, we go to Replit. Replit is a working environment. It's a working environment for doing the same. Yeah. You can create apps with this environment. You can work with this environment. You have an assistant here. Okay. You can say, okay, I want to work on a project here. And you can see here, it is the same like that. Okay. Now you have here some prompts you can type in. It's called prompts. You know, it's depending on the project. That's why it is called prompts. You have here the Smart World Education project, and I described before what the project is about. That's why we got prompts. That's what I said in the beginning. So you can work here. You can have a terminal console. You can get here into the preview on the web base. Yep. But last but not least, it's maybe for you more convenience to work with this graphic utility interface. Yeah, but as I said, as we were going here, and why is this coming up here now? As we work in a different way with ChatGPT, We can go also for something what I want to show you here. This is a nice thing. This is the OpenAI platform. This is the working platform of OpenAI. This is how it's working if you want to create and develop own content. So let's say we work not with the platform I showed you just yet, but we work with the platform from OpenAI directly, as you have seen in the example about the booking tool. So later you want to work with highly profiled text customers, which providing you an API to send data from your project to the to the text company. Yeah, so which is working for you and says, okay, we will help you with filling out your text forms and everything. So you need an API, and you can create an API for your ChatGPT here. So you can put your ChatGPT into a communication between the platform you want to support or the platform which will support you and has some questions, and maybe you can answer them, or your booking system is connected to ChatGPT. So the text administrator can use this API key also for accessing your system and ask ChatGPT for the necessaries he wants to use. For example, give me some builds you have created in the last few months about buying goods. So ChatGPT is going for this request over this API. It's looking in your booking system for all builds, which is about grocery and something like that. We'll put it together in an Excel list and send it directly to your text administrator. So this is something very special, and this is something you should know. You can create an API to implement ChatGPT wherever you want. So this is done now. What I will say here, we have also chat competitions. If we go here, so we have to click Cloudflare. Let's have a look, and it's coming back for us. Yeah. Just a second. Your chat completion will appear here. Use the completions to observe, evaluate, or fine-tune your models. So what you can do is here you can work with Assistant to create your own model. And this is very interesting. You can create from that here fully apps, which you can separate from the ChatGPT system. So you can also, and many people do not know that, create a local ChatGPT version where you have, this is how Apple is working if you are not online. So you integrated ChatGPT into Siri, for example, and it's working like a standalone system, and it's based on your own cloud service. Yeah. So for example, you have a home cloud and you want to run it on your home cloud. You can separate from that here everything out. So you can create batches. It is very interesting, no batches found, because it's not a project running actually here in that. But this here is the working board where you can create everything around, where you can say what is the usage, you can watch your created apps, you can do fine-tuning on your created apps, and this is depending on the apps you created here in a way that it has been done with ChatGPT. And we are likely to say this is one of the best things we ever have seen in the world. Yeah, because now you can create everything like this here. You can upload it into an optimizer system, and everything is working automatically for you. It is going to create your app without knowledge of you. You just have to work through all the instructions it is giving to you during the process of creating something. And likely you will see, if you have done it for the first time, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of time to spend to understand how it is really working. So I would suggest to you that you create your own project for the first time and say, okay, you go like this here. go and with the plus you can create a new project, do it like that. We have done here in the music folder, give an instruction like here, save this instruction and start some chats about, because you structure the whole thing. So for example, if you want to do a task or more tasks, for each task you open with that a new chat, then you say which model I will use. Is it for coding? So you use a one, or model reasoning, we use another one. So we create a new task that's like here again. So choose the model you want to use. And one thing I want to talk to you about is ChatGPT for overscheduled tasks. It's a nice thing if you have to do a lot of things working around and you don't want to miss something out. You can schedule everything and can say, okay, give me a reminder for doing that and that. So let's use this version here, for example. And here you can see which tasks can you do. So here we say answering questions on various topics, explaining concepts in simple terms, helping you learn languages, providing creative suggestions, offering advice, researching information, assisting with coding and technical tasks, supporting your projects by brainstorming futures and so on. I'm here to help you understand creators. Which tasks you can schedule. So this is another question. Meeting reminders, project milestones, daily habits, deadlines, recurring activities. So what happens is here you can create calendar reminders. So you get an email and you get a pop-up on your iPhone when a task is to be completed. For example, you can say, remember me for the meeting at A1 bureau and main hall at 2 p.m. today. Okay. Sure, I'll remind you at 2 p.m. So we go here. We can now also do it by, we can fine-tune the whole thing, but if we do not do, it's okay. Now I say allow desktop notifications, but this is disabled in my browser for security reasons, actually, so in your version it should work, okay? But I get it also because I have ChatGPT with the same login data on my mobile phone. So on my mobile phone I will get it there, and then I see it also. And you get also sent an email to your registration email, so you will be informed right in time, even if you have not notifications here. So this is how it works with the task. That's what I want to show you a little bit inside here. The next thing I want to show you, and we want to discuss, is about the news. So we want, I want a little bit more talk about with you about the thing, what is about the cooperation agreement between Microsoft, ChatGPT, and the Pentagon. A lot of people now upset with all of that and say, wow, that was not the thing it should be, and it should not be what is going on. So let's talk a little bit if it is I would say bolstering freedom in the world, or it's something like that. I think when we come to the discussion about, let me stop here now. I think if we come to the discussion about atomic programs in the US, and we come to talk about the strategic defense program coded and reasoned by ChatGPT, a lot of people would say, because the models are hallucinating and everyone is afraid about that, this could lead into a situation where we are depending on a machine which is coming to a wrong conclusion. And now I see people running around and talking about that something like Terminator is coming out of the machine. and will bump Russia, China, and North Korea back into the Stone Age. I don't think so, but it is worth to look what is going on, because one of the most important thing is that ChatGPT should be integrated into Venado. Venado, if you do not know, is that supercomputer in Los Alamos National Laboratory, which is used for the strategic program of atomic bombs, atomic defense. And this is the most important thing, because this Venado computer is running on an NVIDIA and Hewlett Packard enterprise system. So you can easily see that ChatGPT could be fully integrated in the system. This is not a special system, it's a normal system as we use today in a lot of enterprises. According to OpenAI, the new partnership will involve scientists using OpenAI technology to enhance cybersecurity to the US power grid, identifying new approaches to treating and preventing diseases, and deepen understanding of fundamental mathematics and physics. It will also involve work on nuclear weapons, focused on reducing the risk of nuclear war and securing nuclear materials and weapons worldwide, the company wrote. Some OpenAI researchers will now come over with security clearances and consult the project.
That approach, this is what's going on, and this is what we will see in the future of technology. OpenAI is the leading tool in the US, no matter what DeepSeek is doing. Companies, security companies forbid to use DeepSeek because if it leaks, it has stolen the data from Microsoft. They say it's all about espionage, and you will likely see that things turning around. And the reason why O3 is coming out now, it's a cheaper model, for example, than the previous version 01. So this is an answer a little bit to DeepSeek, which is much cheaper than using it. And what DeepSeek is going about the hype, I want to tell you, is another thing. You can create a hard disk drive with minimum 768 gigabyte space, and then you can buy some special chips from Snapdragon. You can use that for a machine which is hosting all the data of DeepSeek on one hard disk drive, and you can run it independently without having a cloud service behind. So the setup is around $6,000, and this is what makes DeepSeek in that hype, because you run a fully, I will say, fast full ChatGPT version on your local machine without having dependencies to outside servers, and the chipset you will buy is less energy waste than everything you have seen 20 times off grid. So that's a huge impact, and that's why they have all this trouble about DeepSeek. On the other hand, it has stolen all the data, and now we see that the data are open. So if you want to talk about copyright protection, you want to say, if you use this and this, you have to pay a penalty. Wait just until the Chinese bring it out and there is no penalty or something like that. You can use now Mozart. You can use every new modern artist in DeepSeek. You can buy add-ons, and that makes it really expensive, because in the standard version it's only text-based and can't create anything, but you can buy all that stuff in the add-ons. And then you can say, like in ChatGPT, create me a song with the voice of Roxette, for example. So it is doing that without restrictions. Normally you get an information that you can't create that song because it's copyrighted, and you use an artist's name in it, and then it's stopping working on it. So in the Chinese version, you can create everything for free, and you haven't got any restrictions. So that is the big difference, and that's why hype is around that. So on the other side, with the new operator from ChatGPT, which is controlling your computer, the task, the APIs, the websites and everything, and you are connected to the whole wide world without typing something in just by talking to the machine. This is an advantage even DeepSeek hasn't developed actually, and it is hard to develop, and this is a milestone and all of that thing. This is not Sam Altman's idea. This is because we have very clever coders and everything in that who created operator in that way, and the examples we have seen is fascinating. Yeah, actually you can do with operator everything you like to do with your computer. You can open multiple tasks. You can say on the one hand code me a booking program, and it is doing it without having this chat regarding or something like that, as I showed you before with the reasoning model, because we just started and it's doing it. In the meantime you can use smart control to control your smart home and say, okay, during you calculate my booking system and create my booking system, I want to have a coffee and start the washing machine, and the dishes is also ready to be done. So you can start multiple tasks, sorry, and everything is running in the environment smoothly. And yes, you do not have to use your computer like you have done it. Yeah? Even if you want to use Word, PowerPoint, or something else, you can use it. You can also say, please log into my favorite website, and today I want to work with this program on the website in that way. So operator is doing everything without having a touch on the mouse trackpad or on a keyboard or something like that. It's fascinating. Even if you want to fix problems on another computer because you're in a support, you can easily say connect to the computer ABC and it is working IP connection, API connection, like TeamViewer, for example, and then you can see the computer of the other guy, and then you can say, okay, he has a little bit trouble. The guy on the other side can tell your ChatGPT operator which trouble it is, and then your machine starts to turn over the control over this computer and fix the problem for that. So the first and second level support will be in the future a totally different thing from customer client-based version what we see actually today. And this is magic. This is really magic. Remember, you're sitting in a foreign country and you want to reach out for your bank because your credit card is not working, and then you are in a call center. You have all the troubles with Indian people who do not speak in the right way or in an understandable way English, or can't support you in that way because they say, okay, actually your bank is closed because you're calling in late in the night. Yeah, I understand you are in a foreign country, but my master chief operator isn't on site, so I can't get access to the system to fix your problem. Actually, you have to wait. In the future, ChatGPT is leading that all. It's looking up for the right management. It's looking if you are the person you are pretending to be on the phone or something like that. So you will see we are changing the world in a way no one has seen. On the other hand, when people say, okay, it will come, that's why we have smart world education. No one knows exactly how to do this with this machine. I tell you the new stories, I tell you here how it is working and that we can do it. But actually, you will see that, and only a few percentage of you guys will sit down on your machine and try out what I told you. So, in the end of the day, from I would say 80 million people, only 1 million people will use this in that way that they will recreate everything. So, and companies are always skeptical about what happens to the data. They do not know that you can also delete the data and you can fix the problem that case-sensitive data are not submitted to OpenAI servers. You can build your own resources. Many of the people do not know that, and this is something we should have to know, because if we want to use the technology of OpenAI, ChatGPT, which is more improvable than Gemini, for example, or something like that, we should use it, and we will create our life or daily life around it, because it makes our life more convenient. Yeah. So think more about a perfect assistant, and do not think about a machine which replaces you. Um, Workplaces are lost not because the AI is killing them. It's the people who use the AI. Yeah, and if you think about using AI tools like ChatGPT is a support instrument for your ideas. So you're always the origin of the question. Yeah, not the machine is questioning itself and giving answers and then do tasks. You're the origin of the question and you are the creative guy behind it, and you are the guy who has the problem and want to have a more convenient life. Think about that point of view, and then you will likely see that not all our jobs are going to be wasted and trashed, but we have to change the way how we work and what's the future recommends if you want to get it work. And that's why you should book a course at Smart World Education, because we show you all that in 3 days. You are fully independently after that. You do not need an instructor like me anymore. And if you are advanced, we have a nice little topic list on our website for advanced people, which make it more attractive to use our courses and come to our courses, because I can show you things which ChatGPT can't answer you. Have a nice day. I hope you liked that video, and sorry for my not that good English or something stucking in that. It's because fluently speaking is different to me than fluently writing it. I don't know why. I have to ask ChatGPT, and next time you will see here my AI generated version with perfect English. No, I won't do that because I like the human style anyway. Have a nice day.